Someone wrote in and said, I'm shy, but my real immediate problem is meeting women ages 58 to 62. I haven't had much luck with dating sites. Mostly women in their 70s express interest. Help. This is Reid from ReidAboutSex.com.
Cathy from the IntimacyDojo.com.
And I'm curious about this question. Thank you so much for writing in. I'm curious why you have such a narrow age range for who you want to date. Like 58 to 62 is a very specific age range.
It's probably the age range that they have on the dating site. Maybe.
I thought different dating sites are different, but if you know I've gone out with people that are around my age, some of whom felt like they were ready to retire, and some are like out hiking and doing amazing things all the time. Like age to me, especially as we get older, doesn't have as much impact. It's more about who the person is and what they've done with their lives.
Okay. So if it wasn't about age, what would your advice be?
Meeting people when you're shy is harder. There is a challenge with it, especially our society tends to emphasize that extroverts are more fun and more powerful or whatever. It takes me a little bit longer to get to know people. Like Reid will walk into a room and like people immediately remember him because he's this big goofy guy and he's fun.
Yeah, I'm extroverted, so that helps.
Yeah. And people, I know that I tend to need to meet people several times before they start seeing me more. So giving myself more time to do that can really help. And I also put that I'm shy in my dating site. Like I tell people, hey, I'm shy, I'm a bigger person. Like owning what you are. And if you're only getting people that are in that are later in life that are replying to you, you might want to check and see what you're projecting. Have someone else read your profile. Are you sharing authentically who you are? Like, because a lot of us have ideas of what we're supposed to portray, and we'll not necessarily portray who we actually are, or we feel like it's really obvious we don't necessarily share well about ourselves. So I would get some people to look at your profile, and there might be like, guy, you've left off all these really cool things you do that might be really interesting for someone who's, very active and wanting to do stuff that you're just not even mentioning.
Yeah. And again, like thank you so much for writing in, but there's so many other things that could be influencing why I'm assuming you're not getting a lot of responses to your dating profile. And I'm, going to advocate that you do some research about what kinds of activities and interests that you like to have, and see if you can find meetup groups, or, gatherings or workshops for people with those interests. And that way you're also taking your game offline.
Yes.
And meeting people in person. Just one that can be great socially, right? Somebody else is doing the event. You just have to show up and participate.
Yeah, and don't just talk to people you might want to date. Talk to meet everybody.
Like build community.
Yeah.
And, go at it from that perspective, because then also what you're doing is you're getting some of your monkey needs met. You're getting your social needs met. And then there are other people running the events, so you don't have to run it yourself as a shy person. I would so be a little bit more diverse with how you're trying to meet people. And that might also be helpful, but without checking out your dating profile and things like that, it's tricky to really answer this question fully, because there could be a lot of other reasons why you're not meeting people. And again, like Cathy said, show your profile to a couple of friends and see what they think.
That also helps them realize you want to date. And they might, you need to meet Sue from church or whatever it is.
Yeah. What do you think? Advice.
Yeah.
Internet to the rescue. What do we got?
Thanks for tuning in, Sex Geek. If you would like to continue with the brain sex, do me a favor and click subscribe right here. If you'd like to watch me on social media, that's where you're going to go. Next video, maybe? And if you really would like your own Sex Geek t-shirt, please click right here, right now. Boop. No, really,